All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another day of the PUBG U Pro TPP Scrims. Because unfortunately we switched to TPP, but you know that already. So my name is Invi. I will be casting for you this evening. Unfortunately, Mark could not make it. He would have loved to be here and especially would have loved to cast for you and provide you with a map stream, which I can't at the moment. Maybe next time we'll see. I did a lot of things so we could have new overlays today. I hope you like them. ChatGPT was very helpful in regards to that, at least kind of. Nonetheless, we'll hop into match number 1 shortly, but first let's check out which teams will be joining us this evening. as you can see, oh, there's an issue. Let's see, let's move this over here. This works better now. All right. So, as you can see, we have Ascent, the Bushido Whitekills, Hive, Yoga Benito, Nasus Vincere, No Slack, Question Mark, Redline, S2G, Starry Sky, Storm on Request, Team Nemesis, Team Vitality, The Miss Off, Twisted Minds, Virtus Pro, and Wiz in the lobby today. Those teams will battle for the winner chicken dinner today, and hopefully they will all be at least partially successful. Only one can win, you already know that. And we will hop on match number 1 and obviously onto a wrangle in a few seconds after I have set everything up. Because, yeah, you should only see what you want to see and need to see. And there we go, back in the PUBG esports business and back on the PUBG EU Pro Scrims TPP version, unfortunately, like I said. Nonetheless, as you can see, our playing pass starts slightly below or slightly left of Georgia Post, slightly below Zarki, and will end at Milta Power. So that means a lot of space for the teams to drop to. Kameshki, Stalber might be a bit harder to reach. Same goes for Primorsk and Quarry. Nonetheless, there's lots of spaces for the teams to drop to, especially Sosnovka Island. I'm not going to say it, but we could get a military island circle. Maybe. We'll see. That depends, obviously, on where the RNG god will push us to. But in my eyes, it's always possible to get one of those. And nonetheless, it can happen. It does not need to happen. But hey, why not? We'll see. 25 seconds on the clock before we will drop in. That means I'm going to do this as well. To check if all the... We do have some problems with Team Vitality. There are only 2 of them. Withy and Gedrox, that's not looking correct. I mean, it's their problem in the end, but that looks like roughly 50% of their team did not make it in. Nonetheless, let's hop in. Plane number 1 starts now, and we are on the go. Match number 1 live for the PUBG EU Pro Scrims. And I'm not quite sure, but I don't have sound. Oh, alright. I do have sound. It's just very silent. There we go. This is looking and sounding better. As we can see, the 3rd teams have already dropped out. Ascent going for Zarki. A new lineup for all the German viewers here. Together with Chris, Kilyakai, and Tiber. And we now have Kette as well. Vitality going for North George, South George. Played by Nose, like I guess. We can see Storm on Request going for the a beautiful ocean view, and Redline going for spot below Hospital. Hive going for Gatka. With 5 players, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Guess their coach didn't want to drown. Then we have S2G with the big Rorok split. Team Nemesis going for a Severny shooting range split. We have a hot drop in Yasnaya Poyana, seemingly. And we have over here Sparrow. Yeah, he did not want to drive with Nixie. Saying, alright, no, you don't need to take me. I don't want that. We have our first team kill. Well, that's warranted in this case. Rock's killing Wymni or Rimni. Because he was their coach. And he dropped with them, unfortunately. Over here, Navi with the big snake split. Then we have Starry Sky with the farm Milta split. Question mark with the Milta power split. The Bushido Wildcats, they renamed recently with the shelter split. Then this in Lepovka, together with Paints for our German viewers. And over here in beautiful Yasnaya Poyana, we have TMO versus Joker Benito. Slaven over here. Together with Kristalny, Not One, and Simon. If I remember correctly, Joker Benito was South American, Brazilian orc. Looks like they switched to EU. Considering that we have Slaven. I'm not quite sure though. That colors for Joker Benito would suggest such as it though. Timo, Justus, Mika, Ares, and Heman. Also some German names here. German players. You can see Kristalny already going for the... He's trying to get an angle in. The off angle. Out of there. But here we still have Simon. No helmet for him. That hoodie looks... Okay, hey, don't run away here. That hoodie looks like one of those big, bulky bomb diffusal thingies the anti-bomb squads have on them. Only now here's that Emo is below him. You can see we already have some damage. Now he should see them spray coming out. Gets some tax in against Mika. One against Heman, while Quetpa gets a kill against Schengen. So S2G versus Hive is on the go as well. Heman knocked by Not One. Simon quite low as well. Push against Kristalny. Not One most likely will go for the flush on Heman. Question is, will Kristalny drop down or will he die on the roof? The question is, the answer is no. At least for now. Gets the first knock in against Justus. Ares will go for the rest. Meanwhile, Mika is still waiting. Down on the ground. Gets the first and second knock against Not One and Salmon. Has to retreat now though. He's quite low. Slaven following him. Gets a knock in against Mika. You can see him trying to stay alive against Ares. One against one. Going for the rest on Justus. Slaven trying to heal. Against one situation again. Oh, meanwhile, Nixie and Corexi and Beamy get the kills in against Navi. So Slaven not going for the rest, not able to. Knows that Justus is there. Hey, coming in and that's it. Justus eliminates Slaven and therefore Joker Benito is out as well. Justus still gets a kill against Mika though. Quite sure that was warranted. Mika didn't play so bad that you have to team kill him. Over here, as we can see, someone requests making the move, Nemesis making the move. Almost all teams making the move. We have some airdrops over here. Lucarux. I guess he was at the airdrop. I'm not quite sure. Over here, we still see the, death grounds of Navi. They lost their fight against Virtus Probe. Beamy, Nixie, and Caraxi. Your old EBS coach. Well played at the PGS3, if I remember correctly. That was the one they won. DBS in the airdrop. There was why no one of them had the airdrop weapon. Not really surprising. DBS is the, well, worst weapon you can have in a drop. At least in my eyes. So Nixie with some shots in the direction of Starry Sky, that is. And Nitro over here in the barns. On the top of the hill we can see Lou for Twisted Minds. One of the teams still sticking together, even though their Yeah, results at PGS weren't that great. Example, bar to Perfectix and Lou. Still with the Tab as their coach. The same cannot be said about the North American circle, because for those of you who don't know yet, the Falcons did part ways with their former IGL in form of I'm missing the name. Not mine. H-Man, obviously. You can see beautiful corner peeking here by Arvis. Yeah, we are back in TPP. That happens a lot here. But hey, finally you are able to see your own skins. That's one of the reasons why we see TPP that often. That's against Batu. Come from over here from Rocks, maybe Dante. What to do? Let's see the statistics. So far, Nixie and Mika with each 2 kills. Beamy, though, with the most damage in 327. Kristalny with 269 and Justus with 239. Most damage taken by Justus with 270. He's getting more damage by the second, so he's still in the blue here. Same applies for Quizzy and Gedrox for Team Vitality. One of the new orcs, which has come to PUBG Esports. Always great to see bigger names come back into PUBG, even though it's, yeah, just an iPhone's TPP. Nonetheless, still better than nothing. Alright, let's see if we can find a fight somewhere. And over here. Oh, yeah. One thing I did not disable. Obviously, we don't want the red zone yellow mode. And on their way into the circle. Still have a way to go. Over here we can see Storm on request and red line. Not really fighting for the bridge, but making their way over the bridge. Alright, maybe it will be the Snovka Island circle. And over here we have CISO for Storm on request. Playing with Posian 210 and Vezi. I don't know. I'm gonna call him Vezi. And driving over the bridge. Crossing paths with Zeko. Zeko might die in a few seconds. Oh, Batu with the knock against Kuraxi. And Xizo gets a knock against Zeko. Question is, what will the rest of Redline do? And what will the rest of Storm on Request do? Posian over here. There's Tan, who's getting tagged quite badly. Mark's knocked as well, so that leaves just 2. And knocked. Maybe arriving as well, takes some damage by Dino. Still, it's the elimination of Redline. Ivers and Dino go down. That means 210 will be back on his feet. But the next team is arriving as well. No Slack says, alright, you did fight. We know there's Nox. Let's get them down. And it looks quite good for them. Nate coming in. In the meantime, Ascent eliminated S2G. And No Slack eliminated Storm on request. So we are down to 12 teams now. Getting less by the seconds. Over here we can see that Twisted Minds has reached the destination, or at least their fighting grounds close to Virtus Pro. Quite sure what Perfectix is doing there, I guess. He's unable to get up the hill. That's not looking too good for him. In a good position. The question is, will Nixie spot him? I mean, he might hear the shots. He hasn't spotted him. He has not seen him yet. Oh, Nixie. Lou hasn't seen him as well. Oh. That's very unfortunate. Both of them could have gotten the kill. Easy. He's still over here. Still waiting. Sample moving forwards. Question is, will Lou spot Beamy? The answer is most likely no, because Beamy was behind the building on the roof. But now with the car driving, he tries to get the spray in, but only 20 HP missing. Beamy able to get away out of the compound and to his teammates. Alright, what else can we see? Shots against the rotation by Starry Sky. Trying to use a ferry with their cars. I'm quite sure that's a wise choice, considering that ferry will end at Nova when Nova is not in the circle anymore. Same applies for a center over here, also using a boat. Chris, the first who arrived on the island. They will get some unwanted attention by Virtus Pro there. Chris at least knows that Virtus Pro is in the compound. Or at least knows that there's only 3 cars and there were 4 prior. Corner, center, so far for No Slack. After they won that fight against Storm on Request, who won the fight against Redline. Unless there's also Branded Glider over here from Storm on Request. And another glider who gets shot at by Nixie. Question mark with the doozy in the air. Oh, and he most likely will not stay in the air for long, considering his glider is quite low. But he's directing his teammates currently to their opponents. Oh, nice tag against Celtic. I'm not quite sure what he was watching. Marco, though, with the flush against Phil first. Are trying to get away. No Slack facing off against Twisted Mind, and they are swimming. It's unfortunate for them. 2 knocks already. They try to... Oh my gosh. They try to use the boat. The inflatable boat. Unfortunately, not to their advantage. Arthur most likely trying to get to the motorboat. With the knock against Stratus. Perfectix in trouble. Blue and example down. Arthur not really sure what to do. Meanwhile, over here, Viz versus EMO, but we have a fight between Sand and Virtus Pro. People knocked, but the kill against Correcti was successful. Killy knocked as well. Oh, knocked by Chris. That M249. That hurts. Get her. Has seen Lucarux for a second. Oh, and gets a knock against Beamy. Meanwhile, he's the last man standing after Chris got knocked as well. Lucarux successful in getting the flush. But also going for the flush. Beamy now the last man on his knees from Virtus Pro, while Lucarux is the last man standing, and he gets a kill against Keta. Ascent eliminated on rank 12, unfortunately. That means Lucarux might be able to get BMU back on his feet. Meanwhile, we can see that over here, Hive has a good position. But the question is how good, considering that Melman and his teammates from Nemesis are quite close. Oslak still shooting against the swimming players from Twisted Minds. I'm not quite sure how Batu and Perfectix are still alive. It looks like they wanted to drown. His examples are going down now. Perfectix coming back up. Gets knocked. And that's it. GG, well played. They did... Wait. Did they get the res? How? Batu now, the last man standing, or in this case, swimming. And we have the last man standing with Gadrox, who's trying to run over the bridge. Seems he lost his car. Unfortunately for him, this is phase 4 and he has to run. He still has 30 first aids, man. That's... Oh, well. That's easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Meanwhile, over here, this versus the Mythos. Just knocked. Aris and Mika now the last two remaining players. Starry Sky is eliminated. Mom and Vazu were found by Stead. BB's molly is a bit too short. Bombilovo's nade might be way better though. That is perfect. Has seen Aris and that's it for him. Mika now the last man standing. Looks like he wants to dodge that fire. Twisted Minds eliminated. Batu was spotted by Gadrox. Meanwhile, we hop over and do the fight between Team Nemesis and Team Hive. That now the last man standing. Question is, how long will he stay alive? Rock's still in the building. Circle's moving though. That needs to move as well. Gadrock's still in the blue. Still healing. Alright, I'm gonna first aid my way out of this. Mika's still alive for TMO. He's half advancing. Knows they will drive into the direction of Thatcher, who is already spraying. Gets a first knock. Gets a second knock. And from behind, Mika with the knock against Sata, who eliminates at least two before Molodok takes Rocks down. And therefore eliminates the last man from Hive. Mika still alive. 6 kills so far for TMO. This is not looking too bad for them. Well, at least not too bad in regards to first points. I mean, it's still looking bad for Mika. Team Nemesis eliminated prior though. Rank 8. Sata down 2. Thanks to Bombilovo. Habibi and he are still alive. A 14 Viz. Back we can see Scaffy knows they're out there after they killed his teammate, but first he has to deal with Matt Bay from the Bushido Wildcats. Over here we still have Beamy and Lucarux, the last two survivors of Virtus Pro after their encounter with Ascent. And like I said, Bushido Wildcats, Code Marco, Matt Bay and Crossberg. Question mark still alive with 3 players as well, Molodok, Deduzi and Basto. They lost Phil first due to their encounter earlier. Mika still alive, the last man standing for TMO. And then over here we have Viz and Gadrox, as well as Noselag over here. Still in the blue, still not moving an inch. Has lost 10 of his first aids already though. And it looked like he was a bit too late, otherwise he would have not needed to use his bandy. We're waiting for the ticks. So he can use his first aids in peace. Question mark moving over on the other hill. Basto has a BRDM. So most likely this will be question mark's match to lose. Yes, the chance that he could find Mika is quite high. Yeah, Mika spotted, Mika killed Doozy, gets a final kill, and the himself is eliminated on ring 7. There we can see Molodokt. Oislak is still perched on the edge, the northern edge of the circle. This needs to make their way into the circle. Same goes for Gedrox. He should move now. I mean, he still has 13 first aids, but 14 or 13. 13. That was a mix-up between 13 and 14. 13. Yeah, with the knock against the BB. Bombelova is now the last man standing for this. Saying, alright, I got 3 first aids. I'm gonna first aid this. No, you're not, bro. Not as long as Gedrox is in there. He's a few more first aid than you do. Fortunately, though, for Bombelova, he has no real options. Virtus Pro moving forwards. Saying hi to the Bushido Wildcats. But Marco already with a sort of shotgun. Bombelova was spotted by Scav. That means Gedrox still alive. 7 first aids still remain. He at least made 2 spots already. Thanks to the blue. And through the blue and thanks to his opponents. Rosberg with some shots in the direction of question mark. Scav with the Panther in hand. Almost hitting that BRDM. Unfortunately, he did not hit it. A doozy spotted goes down against Iaxi, and I have to go to the door. Be right back. Right, sorry for that. That was the door in Amazon. In the meantime, we lost question mark and no slack thanks to that nade by Gadrox. And he not only survives to the top 2, no, he eliminates Iaxi and therefore secures 3rd place. But he most likely will make it to the top 2, considering that Medbay now is the last man standing for the Bushido Wildcats. And facing off against Virtus Pro with Beamy and Lucarux. Beamy the Bolt God still not using bolts, but he is still a force to reckon with. Lucarux eliminates Medbay. Rosberg down as well, and that means Gedrox is the last man standing for Team Vitality and the last hope to maybe get that chicken in our first match. Considering they only played with 2 players, they are in the top 2. Gedrox got 3 kills. Well, what more could you want? I mean, the chicken dinner, obviously. And maybe more than 3 kills. But considering you had only half the force, it paid off. The tactic through the blue paid off. And he even gets... well, it's a DBS, but he even got new level 3 gear. Over here in the drop, another DBS. It looks like we only have DBS in the airdrops. It's the 3rd airdrop with the DBS. Oh, Gadrox takes it. I'm not quite sure why he took the DBS and the Orc. Well, alright. As we can see, Lucarux and Beamy down at the buildings. Question is, where will the circle shift? The BRDM is still alive. I'm not quite sure why Gedrox isn't taking that. I mean, it would be an option. But for now, we just wait. 12 kills for Virtus Pro, 5 for Lucarux. He is therefore the kill leader. 3 kills each for Keta, Justus, Scarf, Iaxi, and obviously Gadrox. Iaxi with the most damage with 513. That can change if Beamy gets some hits in against Gadrox. Lucarux with 438 as well. Could also take first place when it comes to damage. 2,451 damage taken by Gadrox. Yeah, as I said, it paid off to play the Blue Zone in more than one different part. At least when it comes to taking the most damage, as well as when it came to securing second spot. Or second place. I mean, oh, he did that. Beamy found him. First text in. So I know where he is. Beamy now with the most damage. Lucarux with the most kills. Oh, and that shot unfortunately only hit the stone. Rock. Spotted. Gets attacking. Question is, did he position the DBS close to him? Or did he leave it on top of the hill? Ah, here. Okay. Moving back. Gets 2 tags by Lucarux, and that's it. GG, well played. Winner chicken dinner. Virtus Pro does it. 13 kills. 1,586 damage as well as 8 assists. That proves that they are still a force to be reckoned with. We'll hop over for a quick break before we will return with match number 2 and obviously the updated leaderboard. But first, let's have a look at this. 13 kills by VP, 6 by Lucarux, 3 for Gadrox with second place, Bushido Wildcats 2 kills, Noslack 10 kills, 5 kills for Question Mark, 2 for Viz, 6 for the Missile, 2 for Team Nemesis, 3 for Hive, 6 for Ascent, and they only got rank 12. 4 kills for Storm and Request, 1 for S2G, 2 for Redline, and 2 for Joker Benito. And with that, we really hop over for the break. And we are back with the updated leaderboard. 23 points now for Virtus Pro, 14 for No Slack, 9 for Team Vitality, 8 for Question Mark, 7 each for the Bushido Wildcats and the Miss-Off, 6 for Ascent, 4 each for Viz and Storm on request. Then we have 3 points each for Team Nemesis and Hive, 2 each for Redline and Joker Benito, as well as 1 for S2G. And with that, we'll hop into match number 2, back on Miramar now. Because we have a weird map rotation here in the EU Pro Scrims. EMTRME, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll start and end with a wrangle, but everything else is weird. No, jokes aside. Let me check. Here somewhere. There we go. EMTREM. And on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, it's MERTME. Much information. Nonetheless, we're back in the game. As you can see, our plane pass starts below Alcantara and we'll end close, or at the islands, close to Impala. And that means there is, well, not that much for the teams to jump to. It's one of the not too good, but not too bad as well plane path. I mean, it could be worse. It could be way better, though. But nonetheless, we see the first players dropping out already in no slack, going for Opposer. The others to the left are the coaches trying to kill themselves. Ascent going out as well, going for Montenuevo. Then we have Storm on request and the Bushido Wildcats dropping out, as well as Twisted Minds, Hive, and Wiz. Next up, Starry Sky, and obviously over here S2G, Team Vitality, and Joker Benito, Navi, Virtus Pro, TMO, and last but not least, Question Mark, Team Nemesis, and Redline. So let's see, do we have a hot drop somewhere? I mean, we have 1-2 players coming close to each other, but no one, I would say, really extremely close hot drop like-ish. I mean, Redline, Mika is quite close to them, but I doubt that Redline will go for truck stop. We have Picardo played by Viz, Astro-G with the spots below that, not Shumacero though. Why that? Virtus Pro with Los Leones, Navi with the Cantera split, Question Mark with the Impala Ends Compound split. Then we have the Graveyard Minas Generalis split by Joker Benito, Truck Stop split by TMO, El Azahar for Redline maybe if they arrive in the near future. Team Vitality with the Hacienda split, the Martin split played by Hive, Twisted with the usual Power Grid split, a quite far 1-1-1 split. Chris for Ascent quite close to them though, and the rest is looting the outskirts of Montenuevo, no one really in there. Then we have Viz, like I said, with Stratos quite close to Quetbar. More Team Viz. The Bushido Wildcats over here with the compounds between the Crater Fields and San Martin. San Martin played by Hive. And Starry Sky with the water treatment split. Did I lose someone? No. No Slack and El Pozo. That should be it. Circle, quite good for Twisted Minds and Ascent in form of its Chris. He is currently one of the players close to the circle center, which should be roughly around here. That means we could get circle ending over here somewhere. We could get a circle ending around the Mount Everest over here. Maybe there. Maybe Pozo ending. Who knows? I actually already first in the center over here for the team of Nose, or close to the center. This over here might be an interesting spot as well, Chris. Get those Kitty already on the move, while Luke gets a knock against Kristalny over here. Tries to run him over. Does not succeed, though. Yeah, let's get into the car. Reload the Mini, or not, and kill him. Kristalny, unfortunately, the first one to be eliminated this time. Chris and Kiri were sent. Last match, they got 6 kills without placement points. Hopefully they're for better this time. And over here, this will be interesting. We can see this arriving at the power grid, close to Perfectix. Already getting shot at. Habibi says, I'm going for the draft bar, and he is successful. Bombilovo in the cigar hell as well. Unfortunately, though, example goes for the flush. Gets almost the first one. Almost the second one. Bombilovo quite close to him, though. Spots him and knocks him down. That leaves just one player. That's Payne's over there. Volley in hand. Temple says, alright. Not gonna mull it here. There as well. And Payne tries to prone down, but this is eliminated quite early on ring 17 by Twisted Minds. Nonetheless, it's not the first and last encounter Twisted Minds will have, because Joker Benito is quite close as well. There are only 3 players too. Because they lost Kristalny against Twisted earlier. And my bad with the kill against Nitro. Oh, did you rename? Oh, hello, my bad. Moving forwards. Not one waiting outside. Simon quite close to the door. Oh no, he's in there now. With a nade in hand. Away though. Looks the outside. On the other side, we see example still waiting. Let's check the other spots. Batu over here. Doing what Batu does. Initially, I wanted to show you what Batu does, and that's play the high ground, but Batu decided to fall down the hill, and therefore Batu will be eliminated by Schiller most likely. Who knows how to pull his shoot. Don't have to do you that, though. In the meantime, example is eliminated as well. Diamond still gets knocked, but not one will get him back up to his feet, most likely. Now that means Twisted Minds is eliminated after Sheila killed Batu. Very unfortunate for Twisted Minds. Thinking over here, also not in the best position. That close to the players of TMO. I mean, hopefully for him, they don't know he's there. On the top of the hill, that would normally be a battling spot. 4x scope there. Team Simon knows he's there. At least he tried to throw a nade and at least succeeded partially. Some damage was applied. Not that much though. Thanks to Justus, who knows that he's up there. But not hitting anything, unfortunately. Still, at least he tries. Then still waiting for opponents to show up there in the center of the circle, and there's an airdrop quite close to them. Foot of the hill. They will not go for that though. Even though there's a P90 in there. Yes, we can see Bushido Wildcats with Coat Marco and Crossberg over here. And over here we still have Scaff And I actually, for no slack, top of the Mount Everest. Shots by Nixie in the direction of Joga Benito. They're not the only team in the power grid now, though, because on the other side, we have 5 coming closer with Magora and Rocks. So, VP, they won the last match. Question is, can they do that again, or will they do that again? Rex is thinking, all right, if there's no Batu on the top of the hill, well, I'm gonna go to the top of the hill. Team Nemesis right below DCI next and his teammates from S2G. And Team Vitality this time with all 4 players. Last time, they get second thanks to Gadrox. Question is, will they do that again this time, or was it a wrangle thing? We'll see. Currently getting shot at by Redline. I was quite close. Says, alright, if you leave this compound or don't really play this compound, then I'm taking it. Grace doesn't hit though. See lots of movement and another kill. This time Salas unfortunately falls victim to Vezi. Here we can see anything else. Well, Team Nemesis might get some unwanted attention by question mark. Look against Slaven. Joga Benito loses another player. That means there are just 2 left. Not 1. And Salmon. That's a situation they know. They had that issue in the last match as well. Redline, Timo, Navi still out in the blue. Sent regrouped over here. The bounce. Over here we can see question mark. Phil first should be able to see Team Nemesis in the near future. Or at least hear them. Heard the shots from Sausage. Over here, Storm requests wish shots in the direction of Team Vitality. Quite sure against what exactly. Cut, tags, red line. They say, well, that compound was free. Why shouldn't we arrive here and say it's ours? Like when you were a kid and on the playground, if you're gone from the slide, you can't play on the slide anymore. It's my slide now. Same goes for the Bushido Wildcats. Vavi is their prey now. They tried to drive through their canyon and they didn't like that. Oh, almost takes a hit there. I'm not too happy. We can see 2 emergency pickups. Oh no, one emergency pickup. The other one is the plane pass, obviously. Salmon still in here. Not want to go for the blue chips. And Lukuruk says, all right, you guys, you take the emergency pickup. I'll stay here. Maybe wait for what Joker Benito does. Got the direction of Redline. Meanwhile, as you can see, Redline, TMO are still in the circle. Ascent also barely. We can see Slaven and Kristalny coming back. Not quite sure why they are not trying to drop power grid. At the moment, this looks wild. I'm going to be sad about the rotation from question mark in the back. We can see the lineup from Navi getting shot at by not one. And they're on the back. Might be able to get the knock against Sparrow if he uses the Panzer. So with the knock against the doozy. I'll get another one, but the third one is a bit too much. Phil first now with the kill against Slaven. And that means Joker Benito, well, came back and he was eliminated. I'm driving into the circle. No one's still out there. Kristalny over here only has an MK47. But Nemesis took that as a challenge. And that question mark was down to. Fortunately, Sossad was not fast enough. That found the knock against Kristalny. I mean, bro. Kristalny had nothing to save himself. Oh, nice spray by Divix. Gets a knock against Molodog's Phil first, though. Again on the rest of a doozy. Molly's a bit too short. Molodog still bleeding out fast. In the meantime, Virtus Pro eliminates Navi. I mean, that's something we already know from match number 1. So this time Beamy was knocked. Circle shifts this time again for TMO and Hive. Someone request will get Vezi back. Only down. You can see lots of movement. Vazu, the last man standing for Starry Sky. Not quite sure if that rotation will get him to safety. Although eliminated, not one has spotted him. Finally another point for Joker Benito. From a request, might lose Xizo after losing to 10. Is that? Ozian trying his best to save him though. Meanwhile, Schiller gets knocked and Ket eliminates CCI next. That means that S2G are down 2. Debone trying to get some shots in against Divix. While Chris is going for the rest. Keta pushing up the hill. At least with the car. The question in the chat was, why are Falcons stuck in lobby 2? The answer is quite simple-ish. The Falcons are in an A team and the EU Pro Scrims have, well, like prior on the EU teams, especially on the teams which are pro and event teams. So they can get better. Nonetheless, over here, Nemesis in trouble because there's only one left, and that's Malman. He's facing off against Descent. Nate coming in, and that was perfect. Nemesis eliminated. And as we can see, the destructible terrain is not in this patch we are currently playing out on the event service. Molodocked with some shots in the direction of Keter, but Killy is there already. Takes him down, sees foe first. Very good. And gets a knock. Pesto, quite low. In the wrong direction. A doozy falling back. That nade was perfect. Kill knock, but T-Bone and Chris coming in. T-Bone almost running over him. And it's now only one a doozy. Last man standing, and he's eliminated as well. That means question mark out on rank 11. Then taking a few kills. Virgo Benito taking a few kills. I've taken a few kills. Mortality still alive with 2. Meanwhile, over here we have the fight between TMO and, oh no, gotta correct myself, No Slack and Redline. That are close to Dino. Ray coming in. Gets the first knock, gets knocked by Zico though. Made an hand off him. Good. Mate. There's some damage against Scaff. Bomber request on the other side. Might have a good position to enjoy this fight. Oh, and those nades unfortunately are a bit too far. Good marker rolling in, coming in behind. No Slack. Gaff knocked by Xizo. Bomber request on the other side. No Slack eliminated. Last kill goes on the count for Kova. No, against Kova for Dino. Echo still not Cox. Might be going for the reload. Normal request is eliminated as well. We still have the Bushido Wildcats. And the Koto Marco does not take the chance. He takes a kill against Dino. Therefore, Redline now playing with 3 players as well. Even though they were able to get Deco back up. Only 4 now. Not one eliminated. Kill goes on the count for Mika. Kata over here with the Panzer in hand. Or at least partially. Ollie is a bit too short. Especially considering that Schengen was already already gone. Vitality out. Mika gets a second kill against Squizzy as well. That means no chance for him this time. They got second last match thanks to Gedrox. Found the last man standing for Joker Benito. And over here we have Virtus Pro. Twisted TM over here. Mine's already eliminated. Redline playing with 3. And last but not least, we have the Bushido Wildcats in 2-1-1 split with Crossberg and Matt Bay quite far apart. Ascent taking over the Rich in the southern part of the map. Let's see if that backfires for Hive or not. I mean, considering even if the circle shifts south and Ascent is in a good position, then Hive would not be in a worse position. Circle shifts, good for Hive, good for VP, good for TMO. Simon has to move a bit. Might be spotted by Ascent. Redline and the Bushido Wildcats have to move. Crossberg most likely is quite close because Justus already knows that Justus is there. Question is, where will Ascent go? As a most likely they want to try to get the position from Beamy. And Beamy has the MK and the Farmers. Contact twice. That line needs to move forward. They want to play this position theoretically somewhere. Maybe this up here. Question How visible are they against VP? And the answer is not that much. But Ascent most likely will push first. Let's see. Corexi, nade in hand. That nade, well, long throw. Gonna get a kill. 5 kills for him already. Nicely spotted. Whereby T-Bone does not hit anything. Redline now forcing from the other side. Corexi spotted by T-Bone. He goes down. Nixie now focusing on the other side. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. 625 damage. He's damage leader, but has no kill yet. Maybe that nade will help. Lands in front of the stairs. Flash in the direction of Ascent. The direction of the car code marker with the knock against Arvis. Not looking too good for Redline. Reaching the start this weekend. I'm not 100% sure, but yes, it should be that case. You can call them regionals. I'm still trying to figure out the current workings of PC and PAS and stuff, but yeah, it should be they're running. We're moving forwards. 5 kills for Keta already. Should be the kill leader if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Let's see the statistics. Keter so far was 5 kills the leader. Mika coming in a close second with 4 kills though. Then we have 625 damage by Nixie. 581 by Himan. And 495 by Beamy. No one with 956 damage taken so far. The winner when it comes to most damage taken. Simon is eliminated. Joker Benito was spotted by Medbay over here after he got some shots in against Crossberg. Not quite sure where he got killed. Shots from the Bushido Wildcats in the direction of TMO. Theoretically, it's hard for the Wildcats to push. Oh, nice nade. A bit too pre-cooked. Then versus Redline against Dive. Against Virtus Pro. The answer to the question, will VP do it again? The answer is, well, not 100%. Most likely not. Just a knock against Code Marco. Oh, and that guy is brilliant. That they spot it. And he is knocked as well. That just leaves Celtic in 1 against 3 situation. Or 1 against 2 situation. He is unsuccessful. Same goes for Redline. They are eliminated by Ascent. And that means we are in a top 4. 2 players left, a 4VP with Luca Rooks and Nixie. 3 players left for Ascent with Chris, T-Bone and Kata. 4 players left, a 4 Hive with Dante, Rocks, Schengen and Mogori. And a 4 players as well for TMO with Heman, Mika, Aris and Houston. North of the circle is completely free. Nobody wants to play that. Question is, who will be pushed out with the next circle? Who will have to move? The answer most likely being Hive. Not mistaken. As well as TMO. Because the circle should shift for Ascent. Considering that the hill is unplayable area. Or at least unplayable-ish. Oh, just with a knock against Keter. Able to get the kill in though. Now, he's going for the rest. T-Bone trying to protect his teammates. There is a mortar there. Not quite sure if there's still mortar. There is still alternate. Or waiting for his chance. Circle shifted. Well, in favor-ish of Virtus Pro. There's tagged by Gloria. Oh, auto fire coming in. That's a bit too far-ish, I would say. Not far enough for TMO. Way too far for Virtus Pro. They still have to move though. This right here would be their spot to take. 8 in the direction of 5. Lucarux gets knocked while pulling his nade. That means he eliminates himself. Mixie now the last man standing. Will try to play that ridge as long as he can. He won't knock a bite with the TMO. He's trying his best. Does not know that TMO is already quite close to him. As Justus and Aris. Another knock. That should be it for his end. Keta now the last man standing. Flash coming in. Keta is eliminated by Aris. Half pushing forwards. 5 versus TMO. TMO theoretically in the numbers with the numbers advantage. Left the high ground though. Oh, I gotta correct myself. Imanen is a goat, at least when it comes to climbing. Wants to play the high ground. Time Justus says, alright, I got them. That's it. GG, well played. Justus and He-Man take them down. The Missile with 15 kills and 2,621 damage. Ascend though with 11 assists. And that means we will hop over for a break before we return with match number 3. And we are back with the updated leaderboard. 32 points now for Virtus Pro as well as the Miss-Off. But the Miss-Off has more kills and therefore less placement points. Therefore, Virtus Pro with the rank number 1. 24 points for Ascent, 15 for Noseleg, 13 for the Bushido Wildcats, 12 each for Team Vitality and Hive, 11 for Question Mark, 9 for Redline, 7 each for Joker Benito and Storm on request. Then we have 6 for Team Nemesis, 5 for Viz, 4 for Twisted Minds, and 3 for S to G. Sorry, Swy and Navi without points, unfortunately. And with that, we'll hop over for match number 3. We will hop over to the beautiful Tego. Before, obviously, there comes Rondo somewhere. Nonetheless, as you can see now, the playing pass could be better. It could be way worse, though. Nonetheless, Godok, Wolzong, Hamusaw, Army Base, and Harpo are not really reachable. Aside from that, everything else looks not too bad for the team. So it is a quite fair playing pass. Not the best, but quite fair. Still, it could be worse. It could be better. We'll see what happens. But before that, obviously, we will hop into the action in a minute. One thing I'm currently missing is obviously for you the live leaderboard. I will try to get that done by next time I'm casting this. I'm not quite sure when that will be, but I'm gonna try to produce that for you. Maybe I'll ask Mark if he can lend me a helping hand when it comes to that. So we have not similar, but somewhat of a production level close to each other. I mean, obviously, Mark is a way better caster, Mark is a way better observer, and Mark is obviously way better when it comes to offering you more for your money. Whatever that will be. But yeah, as you can see, we will hop into the action. The plane starts now. And that means we'll fly with the teams. In this case, it's Joker Benito. Let's see who will drop where before match number 3 really kicks off. So first teams to drop out are Redline and Starry Sky. Then we have Virtus Pro with Lucarux. I'm not quite sure what the others are doing. But yeah, dropping out there. Twisted Minds going out as well. Then we have No Slack and Hive, as well as Team Vitality and Joker Benito. S2G, TMO and Navi, as well as Ascent. And then we have the Bushido Wildcats, both question mark of this. And last but not least, Team Nemesis and Storm on request. Oh, we do have... It looks like we might have a hot drop for Books and Saw. Aside from that, everything else looks kind of unhot drop-ish. I mean, I'm not quite sure what Nemesis and Storm on request are doing. But we'll hop over to Books and Saw, because this will most likely be a fight. Sheila, unfortunately, in trouble, because he only found a pistol. And he goes down against the ace from Salmon. Already heard Baron, who has a S12K in hand. And goes down against Kristallny. For range, the S12K is not the best. That 8, though, is on point. DCI next, almost not there. Only 10 HP remaining. This is not looking too good for S2G. Let's hop here for a few seconds. As we can see here, Storm on request lost Vezi and 210 against Team Nemesis. Quite sure why we hopped to starters, but I wanted to go here to Joker Benito and S2G. DCI next still waiting there. Up on the other side. Trying to hold an angle, trying to see if one sneaks closer. Might see Simon in a few seconds. Slaven, on the other hand, says, all right, I'm going to get the huge off angle. Trying to sneak in from the back. I'm not quite sure how that will pay off. But might Simon might have been spotted by Quetpa. Already watching that angle. Next with nade in hand. And that is a good nade against Krishtalny. Here goes down. It's a trait. Rest already. Flash coming in. Fumbles the knock against Quetpa. Now it's only CCR next to spotted from behind, and that's it. GG well played. As to G eliminated first on rank 17. Circle shifted to the north of the map. Well, northeast, I will say, with a prime position for Bartuldens over here in the center of the circle. I'm not quite sure why he had the bows in hand. But hey, if you... Oh no, it's the vehicle camo netting, alright. I have... This is the first time I'm playing this game since a while. This is the first time I have seen the camo netting being applied by someone in a match. Fellas over here with some shots for Zoo. Quite low. That might be thanks to Arvis. Nitro trying to get the car to safety. And it looks like Redline is going for the push. Reaching the compound. Nate applies. Duno though with the Panzer in hand. 2 against 3 situation now. Quite sure why Veko wanted to kill the windowsill, but he did. Let's try Duno and Zico below him. And Mom on top of the roof. That nade was not too bad. Damage. Nitro with the knock against Karks. You know, though, we see knock against Vazoo. Not quite sure what that happened. Switch to another player, and we switch to Twisted Minds. Game thought that might have been important. Ah, nice knock by Zeko. Eliminates himself thanks to having his nade in a hand. Nitro and Salas, the last 2 remaining players, a 4-starry Sky. And Salas takes down Dino. Nade in hand. I'm not quite sure if the tree likes that. Well, that's too short. Nice try, though. Trying to get the second knock-in against Arvis. Molly's, well, lands in the tree. Therefore does nothing. Nitro might have seen Arvis now. Oh, nice tags. But still, losing fight for both teams. Both will not come out with full force of this. From this. Germany, we would say, beide müssen federn lassen. both of them will have to lose some feathers, which means they're not complete anymore, or are hurt. One with the kill against Basto. They're still searching for Deco. Salas moved closer. Oh, and the right idea, but the wrong timing. Deco eliminated by Nitro. Oh, before he falls down as well. Salas now the last man standing. One against two situation. Dino is quite low though. And that red zone might kill Salas if it lands on the roof. I mean, the last you normally want to do when a red line comes in is stay outside. Especially when you're right in the center of it. And that is almost the center. R is tagged by Saucet. What happened though? That Arvis and Dino are trying to get the hell out of there. Unfortunately for them, they have spotted by Virtus Pro. Salas though does not know that. Celtic with the kill against the doozy. That means Phil First and Molodok are the last two remaining players for question mark. Currently on the search for called Marco, who's well, according to the marker over here, got out. Sorry, with a knock against Scaff. That happens over here. That's trying to get away. Scaff eliminated. It's like now down to 3 players. Here, Jacob Benito says, well, we still have some bullets. We want some. Only so far with 2 kills. What's the kill leaders? Meantime, we can see that the Bushido Wildcats say, well, we don't want to fight you. Just want to rotate to the circle. Salas almost get killed there. Finds Arvis though. I doubt that was not what Redline had in mind when they said let's push him. Might be one of those 2 teams, might be the first one we lose, and it looks like it might be Dino. Because Team Vitality says, well, we found him, we shoot him, we drive by him. And he's run over. Levante with the kill. You know, he was perched down here in the bush and, well, his body flew all the way over here. And now it's Salas' game to lose. Because Vitality says, well, there was one more. Question is, will they find Salas? Levante has not spotted him yet. Hello, my bat and Quizzy as well. mean, sometimes the most obvious way is just perching down between two of those, well, stone, I don't know what to call it, stone plateaus. Question is, will Salas be trigger happy or will he go for the safety? Sometimes it does not really pay off if you're too trigger happy. You might get a knock, but you rarely get a kill. Especially against 3 opponents. But it looks like Team Vitality is not sure where he is yet. Salas might still stay alive. Will he? Has he seen him? Bro, don't tell me they haven't seen him yet. They still have not seen him. He's watching way too fast. They still have not... Oh, hell, am I bad? Going back. Haven't seen him as well. Going for his car. Salas might survive this. And, I mean, he also gets a car, so... It looks like Vitality had no clue where Salas was. Meanwhile, Besseloch is coming back. If he gets a kill against Vezi. The Wildcats. The fight against Team Viz and Storm on request. Bombilova, though, with the Panzer in hand, gets knocked. Knock out Marco. Posian will survive the first nade. Second nade as well. Same cannot be applied to Stratos. Well, he survived the nade, but not the fight, because Bombilova was eliminated by Code Mark. 210 eliminates Habibi. Therefore, next team is down. The Wildcats try to get away there. We see that Joker Benito survives for a moment at least, because they get knocked twice. That will not run over here. Even though Molodok tried his best. Simon still will not go for the... Will he go for the wrist? Oh. Or? Not quite sure. Not looking like he's going for the circle. I'm not quite sure where he's going. But it's neither the rest nor the circle. Vishali spotted by Hakitori. Quite sure where Fairist is. But Marco might have heard the shots from Kutani. At bay with a knock against Hakitori. A possible possible elimination for the Bushido Wildcats. But the kill is going on the count. For example, Charlie said, well, I wanted to try the drive-by, but that decision came way too late. And Matt Bay said, well, thank you for driving through. I mean, just stay here. We're going to watch over your body. They might apply for Molodok out there in the blue. Quizzy, Gedrox in Holomobath with some shots in his direction. Molodok is knocked by Gedrox. Question mark down to 1, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, Starry Sty is back with 3 players. I'm not quite sure if Mom, Vazoo, and Nitro will survive this. Because just below them we have Ascent. And the Azzy compound is taken by the Bushido Wildcats. So, well, loot is scarce. As is the place for Marco, who got knocked by Kiryakai. So the Bushido Wildcats down another player. Their first man in this case. Spray from Killy. Direction. Another mom. Found some loot. Was spotted though and is eliminated by T-Bone. Like I said, Starry Sky, the worst possible luck in this case. None of the compounds is free. Though, at least has some time to loot. Bait of time. But loses scars. Colors over here. Still in the blue. Gets a kill in against Bastelov. Kill for him. Meanwhile, we see some shots from Hive in the direction of TMO. And He-Man has Justus in tower, who was knocked. With a max knock. Nemesis in trouble. Or Kitty in trouble in this case. Drones down. Civics nade. It's a bit too far. This one might be better. 49. We have a lot of fights on our hands. Everywhere. There's like... That was not where I wanted to go. Civics now eliminated. Catter knocked. Over here, R is with an... I'm not quite sure what his plan was. That was the worst one you could have, though. See the Wildcats quite close. Although, with his hawk in hand, waiting for the Bushido Wildcats to either eliminate Ascent or get eliminated by Ascent so he can get some loot. Question mark eliminated. Phil Post was spotted by the AWM from Levante and Pozian in trouble. So there's not one but two nades coming in. 210 now. The last man standing over here in trouble against Navi. The other two teammates have to loot yet. And in from the other side, we can see there's with just the UMP in hand. R is eliminated by Lou in the example. Benito. No, someone requests down to 2. Again. We already had that. Star Sky eliminated. Vazu spotted by Chris after knocking Crossberg. In the example, just took down Aris. Keta was eliminated. Code Marco going for the rest though. Question is, will T-Bone's nade find him? The answer is, well, nope. But it will eliminate Celtic. Medbay still up on the hill. This is Boostic, not Medbay. And not Celtic, but yes, thank you, Observer. Medbay and Code Marco going down to... Wait. Crossberg is still alive. I'm not quite sure how I missed him. The last man standing for the Bushido Wildcats in the car. Says, alright, I'm gonna drive. Trying to go for the rest on Medbay, maybe. Yeah. Question is, will he do this? Face whipping knock against... Example, but is eliminated by Lou, therefore is sent out, unfortunately, on ring number 9. Genau. Has spotted Crossberg, who's barely clinging to life with 1 HP. There are not even booster in the game, so he's really clinging to life with 1 HP. Gedrock's in trouble. Nade coming out. Gedrock's knocked by Boostic. Levante coming in. The question is, will he be able to go for the race? Or will he die trying? The answer most likely is the second one. Oh, that nade might not. Oh, was a bit short. Pyro successful with yet another knock against Alomar Batch. I actually with the knock against Quithy, and that just leaves Levante. Just in here. My god, that lagged for a bit. Killing spree for Navi. 10 kills for them already. No slack so far was 1. Virtus Pro was 2. Twisted Minds with 9. 1 missing. Down to the last teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. 5 teams and 1 player to be precise, because Mika is the last man standing for the miss-off. And Crossberg did not only heal, he was able to res Medbay yet again. That means the Bushido Wildcats are back with 2 players. Twisted left alive with 4. Same goes for Virtus Pro and No Slack as well as Navi. Or is it just 3 for Navi? Oh, 3 for Navi. Akatori was eliminated. Barrow has 8 but finds Kova. Getting the knock though. Oh, but Example is able to get the knock in. Sparrow gets knocked by the nade from IXE. Oh, and he does it again. Boost, it goes down. He is a nade god. IXE steals the kill against Sparrow. Oh, and that nade was perfect. Thayer is eliminated as well. IXE does it again. 3 Navi players. 3 nade kills. Let's see if Virtus Pro is as good when it comes to that, but it looks like the nades are a bit too short against Sata. Yes, still alive. Trying to find a spot to play. Fortunately for him. Rosberg has seen him and has a Panzer in hand. Let's see if it works out. That was definitely not a bad try. I mean, it landed in the tree, but the direction was on top, on point. That was not too bad of a shot. I mean, a bit lower and it would have been perfect. Satanex still alive for No Slack. But this Pro still with all 4. Same applies for Twisted Minds. 2-1-1 split. Blue on top of the transporter. That bay has moved forwards. Yeah, loses his cover in form of a star. That means he will be having some trouble advancing further. I mean, this tree would still be in the circle. If he would thrown down behind it, he might survive. That depends, though, on Crossberg. He has to move as well, though. Considering he's playing this tree. Using the emergency cover flare, so he wants to play that tree. I mean, he could play this as well. And unfortunately for him, it looks like No Slack is trying to move to the airdrops. It's in the direction of Virtus Pro. 5 bullets remain for Lucarux. .90 in hand. Of No Slack now, though. Question. Will Nixie survive this? The answer is nope. Not long. Gets knocked out by Sata and stolen by Twisted Minds, and the nade finds Kurexi and Lucarux. That means Beamy is the last man standing. Virtus Pro will not get that chicken dinner. And that's it. GG, well played. Virtus Pro is eliminated on ring 5. 1 player left for Timo, 2 for No Slack, 1 for the Bushido Wildcats with Crossberg. Because Matt Bay got knocked. Crossbook is eliminated as well. The Wildcats down. That means 1, 2, and 4 each for those 3 teams. That's alright. I'm gonna do it sneaky beaky like. Oh, and I actually he had the Panzer in hand, but Lou said, "Nope, sir. You're not gonna use that." Oh, and takes him down. Seta, though, with a knock against Perfectix. And now it's Mika who gets second place, because it's a 1 against 4 situation. He has to clutch this. The answer most likely being no. He will not do that. Barely clinging to the edge. Oh, he got the knock against Bartu. That means now it's a 1 against 2 situation. Sample spotted. Luke coming in from the other side. Perfectix still on the ground. Leaning against Blue Zone, it seems. $937 damage by example. Kill leader as well with 6 kills. Kill first was 681 damage. Currently the man with the most damage taken. Says, alright, there's an airdrop. I'm gonna take that. Yeah, still has 1 nade, 1 molly, and 2 splashes. That will not be enough, though. He is getting eliminated. He dies to the blue, unfortunately, declining that kill. For Twisted Mind, they get 15 kills with 2,478 damage and 12 assists. Let's check it out. 15 kills for Twisted Mind, 3 for the Mistov, 4 for No Slack and the Bushido Wildcats, 3 for VP, 11 for Navi, 3 for Team Vitality and Storm on Request. I mean, it is the day of the 3 kill teams, I guess. Or the match of the 3 kill teams. Ascent with 7, 4 kills for Starry Sky, 2 for Question Mark and Team Nemesis, 5 for Joker Benito, 2 again for Viz, 3 for Redline, and last but not least, S2G without kills. And with that, we're gonna hop over for a quick break before returning with match number 4. And we are back with the updated leaderboards. Hopefully. There we go. 41 points now for the Missile. 38 for Virtus Pro. Then we have 31 for InviSan, 29 for Twisted Minds, 24 for Noiselect, 21 for Bushido Wildcats, 16 for Team Vitality, 13 each for Question Mark and Navi, 12 each for Hive, Redline, and Joker Benito, 11 for Storm on Request. And still in the single digits, unfortunately, Team Nemesis with 8, 7 points for this, 4 for Starry Sky, and last but not least, S2G with 3 points. And with that, we'll hop over into match number 4. It's time for Rondo. And as you can see, we are already on it. A few seconds remain. Our plane pass is one of the best plane pass you can have for this map. We start in the top left and end our travel at the bottom right. Only from the top right to the bottom left, or the other way around, would be better, because it means covering more ground. But when it comes to the big spots the teams like to jump to, this is one of the best plane paths you could have. Now, getting back into the match, first to drop out are TMO and Storm on Request. Then we have Ascent and the guys from Hive as well as this. Next up, No Slack, our second runner-up from the last match. Then we have the players from Starry Sky and Question Mark, Team Vitality, and Virtus Pro, Twisted Minds. Virtus Pro coming next up, as well as Navi. Then we have the Bushido Wildcats and Joker Benito, as well as S2G. And last but not least, we still have 2 more teams to go with Team Nemesis and Redline. And it looks like we might have a hot drop here over Dan Ching between the players from the Bushido Wildcats and S2G. Both teams are from Turkey, and therefore they know each other from various stints in different. Oh, this might be interesting. Already with the guys in hand. Medbay just picking it up, saying, "All right, if you throw it to me, I'm gladly take it." Play with you too. Let's see who will find the first knock. It might be Celtic over here. Looked a bit worse than it was, because Baron was quite close to him. Medbay now in trouble. Not quite sure. Minecraft already going for the prowl. Celtic over here. CCI next on top of the roof. He moves over to the next roof. You might see more. So far, it's not looking like we get a fast first fight. Aside from that, the other teams are quite split, as you can see on the map. Circle shifted quite central for Doozy. Yes, Phil first will join him then. VP also with a good position. Easy entry for No Slack, for Ascent, Twisted Minds, and Navi. Well, after one of those 2 dies, because they most likely will fight before entering the circle. Redline with an easy entry through Zeko. Team Nemesis might use the Jardina bridge. But this over here most likely will be our first fight. Celtic now looting below CCI next, and he knows. Quite sure if he heard him. Might have. Steps on the roof are not silent, body. Playing the waiting game. There's a car there. I think CCI next is not able to see it from here. But they might be able to grab it. Or not. CCI next with the first knock in the match. At least I reckon we have another knock. First knock in the match. Let's see what Celtic will do. Because there's a train coming from below. Rosberg with the knock against CCR next. 1-1 trait. The first kill goes on the count for the Bushido Wildcats. Wetbus spotted and knocked as well by Celtic. Formerly known as Celtic Oglu. Oh, tagged. Scarf eliminated by T-Bone. So No Slack has found Ascent. Or Ascent found No Slack. I'm not quite sure. Dante with the kill against Revo. Formerly known as Wazoo, most likely. Has to be down to 2 man. They might be able to get the kill against Crossberg. 2 against 2 situation now between those 2 teams. Down here. Or not here. Playing the peak game against Code Marco. With the kill against Nitro. For spacing off ball. Here, Sand is facing off against No Slack. He waiting behind the wall. And gets a knock against Iaxi. Just barely a bit too late. Over. Panzer in hand. Oh, nice nade. That did hurt. Back into this match. We're now prone. Same goes for Sheila. Wanted to say, which is not true. Celtic was a bit too trigger happy there. With Nate in hand. I wanted to say he threw it a bit too far. But that was not the case. Way closer than I thought it would be. At least for a cent at least. But again, but he also with Panther in hand. Alright, I'm gonna go for the Panzer knock. Maybe knock him myself, but I will knock that enemy. We're still watching the door. Not aware that there could be someone above him. Gets knocked. And that's it. GG, well played. Keta and Keely take down Zeta and Kova. No Slack as the first team to be eliminated. I'll take that tact. Nothing changed over here. Oh, well, we were just on time. Schiller now with the kill against Celtic. That means Code Marco is the last man standing. Has spotted Star in there. Shotty against Shotty. He tries with the jump. Nice shot. And that's it. GG, well played. Sheila eliminates Code Marco, and therefore S to G stays alive. 2 players for now. Like before. If they get the call back. Twisted Minds now facing off against Navi. Dark position for Hakatori. Fair is eliminated as well. That means there's just Sparrow and Boostic alive. Trying to get away out of harm's way. Redline in a good position. We can see that Xizo is coming back for Storm on request. I'm not quite sure if that position is good. He's trying to go for the loot spot over here. Dylan. Meanwhile, Navi is again in trouble. Vitality with some shots in the direction of Boostic. Sparrow over here. Spotted by Levante. Oh, and Sparrow goes down. That means just one man left. Which is Boostic over here. Maybe not with the best day so far. British Pro takes out Redline. Quite sure where that happened. Over here somewhere. Oh. Bedrocks knock against Dante. Driving in the direction of Boostic, who takes down Rocks, but gets eliminated soon after. Therefore, Navi eliminated on rank 14. Or trying to go for the race. The question is that a wise choice with Vitality that close? They're currently in the center of the circle. Not quite sure why Salas is still in the blue. Searching for his teammates' blue chip, it seems, to get them back. And there is a bus over here. Not taken, though. So yeah, most likely trying to gather the chips off his fallen comrades. Question, well, Neox Factory might be a choice. Guess his teammates back. Same, no, he already got them back. Over here. Starry Sky still alive with all 4 players now. Although Mom and Nitro. Down here for Wiz. Have Stratos. Means quite close there to Gedrox. Was it over here quite close to Nod 1, who's just above him on top of the hill? Oh, we're waiting for the next clash to happen. Someone over here knows that TMO is coming close. Has the option to get them knocked against Hemon, or had the option before Hemon spotted him. Oh, he's in trouble though. Getting shot at from Team Nemesis and Kristalny. They're not able to get Kristalny in a position. Gets Simon back. Kristalny gets attacked more. Not one giving up his position above Sursat. And meanwhile, we have a position in the fight between Storm on Request and Twisted Minds. Are they knocked? 210 knocked as well. Posy now in the fight against Example after killing Lou. Oh, another nice nade by Example. Perfectix with a knock against Caesar. And now it's just Posy. Will he be able to get a knock in against... Oh, he does it against Example. Batu trying to get the off angle. Ozzy finds perfect spot. The AWM says good night. And Storming Request is out of match and number 4. Let's wait for match number 5. Play again. Well, they could play TDM in the meantime, because this will take a while. As we can see, his circle shifted quite central for a doozy again. Good position for him. And Question Mark and Ascent are currently, well, kind of sharing this. There's an airdrop over here. With an MG3 still in there. Someone did not want to play it. I wanted the level 3 gear. I wonder who that was. The answer is a doozy. I'm not quite sure why he did not take the MG3, considering that he has the Orc in hand. Additionally to his Car 98, but I might think it might be because of low ammo. Nice tag against Mika by Divix. Gets tagged by Besto though, because you can only hold one angle. But there are more than one. Nitro knocked. We're going for the rest though. Oh, and Perfectix just hit that one. 5 kills, 472 damage. Oh my god! How? How did he get both of those? Mommy and Nitro with one shot out of the car. I know he was knocked at the same position or similar position. Holy smokes. Vadu, the last man standing now for Starry Sky. Salas is eliminated to hello my bad for the kill. Meanwhile, Chris has found Beamy, but there's more than one. Oh, Nixie goes down against Chris. Beautiful headshot. He's back on his feet, but Nixie's not savable. That kid is going for the on the count though for Diffix. Keta finds a nade against Beamy. Goes down again, and another one. Lukerux unfortunately is in the Panzer. But Beamy is down. Keta knocked by Saucet and eliminated by him. And 249 by Corexi, who goes down against Killy. Oh, Chris has the Panzer in hand. Lukerux eliminated by T-Bone though. Thanks for the Panzer. One has to go for the rest on Chris, but the next team is already advancing with Nemesis. The nades coming in. Good thing they did bounce off the car. Oh, and that one hurt. Chris eliminated. T-Bone almost dies to his own nade. Now the last man standing for Ascent. Rocks with nade against Habibi. 550 damage, killing now the damage leader. This. The Stratos and Bombilovo in the center of the circle. Paints. Not close. We see He-Man with the knocks against Bombilovo and Habibi. Stratos trying to go for the race. At least one to safety, but TMO takes the mortar out. Gets 1 kill. Another shot. 1 coming in. 2 more coming in. Meanwhile, Vitality is facing off against Question Mark. And Twisted Minds as well. Perfectix not. Vitality is looking good in this match. It's also facing off against Moldodog. Team Nemesis says, we shoot at everything that's there. I mean, why stop shooting if there's no one close? We'll just find another opponent. Moldodog again tagged, again hit. I'm not quite sure how Example wasn't hit there. That looked like it could have hurt. No one slave and Christiani over here. And we have Nemesis and TMO over here. Right here we have Aster G with Sheila, CCR next. Baron. And obviously over here Quetpa. Last but not least, Team Vitality over there. Killy still alive, still in the blue though. And Stad has seen Justus arrive. It's in the wrong direction though. Thing there, still Aris. So in the back. M249 in hand. Searching for Stad. Stad has the off. That's not what I wanted to do. Stat had the off angle though. Thanks, Observer Mode. That was not the name I wanted to switch to. Diffix going down, killing spree for Twisted Minds. Mika though with the kill against Divix. Stat Melman and Saucet now. Left standing. Full team Nemesis. Then eliminated, Kitty spotted by Slaven, and Stat finds the first and the second knock against Mika and Aris. That means there's only 1 left alive. Oh, there was only 1 left alive. Heeman was found by Schiller. Saucet over here. One of the 2 last players for Nemesis. Benito left with 2 men standing. Molodok has been eliminated as well. By most likely Twisted Minds. 10 kills for them already. 6 for Perfectix. Lou gets knocked by Slaven. That means Example now is the last man standing. 728 damage for him. He's the man with the most damage in the match. Even though only 1 kill. Let's see if he's able to get Lou back. You can see the smokes are again dangerous. Oh, Example just clinging to life with 1 HP. Devante with the molly in hand. Sprays, and that's it. GG, well played. Twisted Minds eliminated on rank 8. Are they still alive for Starry Sky? This trying to face off against S2G. That and Saucet might have a different idea of a safe spot. Or, well, a safe spot for this. Pains goes down. Stratos trying to protect his teammate. Baron coming close, gets knocked by Habibi's nade. Molly coming in as well. Stratos goes down against the exploding car. I saw. No, that's not correct. It was Gedrock. More nades coming in. This is not looking good for this. This is also not looking good for S2G though. Saucet had the perfect off angle for Team Nemesis. back on his feet together with Habibi. Oh, Schengen and Mogore. Schengen just jumping in this smoke because you can see out of the smokes then. You just have to watch out that no one's seeing your shadow. Oh, push coming in, or at least the try. And that means that Team Nemesis is eliminated. BB tagged. He's Mogore throwing the nade. Again, rocks from the other side. Tagged from above by Hollow My Bed. That means he is knocked. Pain's now the last man standing for this. Meanwhile, we'll see what Team Vitality sees. 8 kills for them already as well. Hollow My Bed with the knock against Mogore. Rocks and Mogore now with a kill against the players from Team Viz. And Starry Skies, last man standing. Vazu says, well, why take 1 kill if you can take 2? And now it's just Hello My Bad as last man standing for Vitality. They had a good run, but unfortunately it's a team game, and if you fail as a team, you fail. And now this match might be Joker Benitez to lose. Kristalny's nade, well, was too cooked. That nade was better. Vazu eliminated. Starry Sky out on rank 4. I did not have thought that would happen. I've now back with all 3 players. That should have been the focus of Joker Benito. Not Starry Sky, who just had 1 player left, but I've, who had only 1 man still left on his legs. So, oh, and I'm not quite sure. Now, Gedrock's. Oh, I wanted to say Slaven is using Gedrox as bait to know where Hello My Bad is, but nope, he did not. He did not want to give up his position because he is now in the back of Hive. He knows that Schengen is still down there. I've seen him now. He knows that Rox and Mogora are there. So this is Joker Benito's game to lose. Considering that not one is up here, up on the hill, they most likely should have all positions. Oh no. Oh no, what are you doing? No. He's going for the airdrop. He's loot hungry. That is not the best way to do it. Because most likely Rox and Mogora might have seen him. I'm not quite sure why Slaven is not using his mini to get a knock-in. Stanley is close as well. Slaven with the spray. Yeah, for Stanley with as well. Bro, Slaven, you have to heal, bro. First knock, second knock. Schengen's still alive. Stanley gets them both. At least one is confirmed to Slaven. Second one as well. And now it's Hollow My Bad pushing close. Gets spotted by not one who did go back to the top hill. And Hollow My Bad says, if I don't win, I at least take another kill. He gets a kill against Schengen, but is eliminated by not one through a drive-by. GG, well played. Winner chicken dinner for Joker Bonito. But Team Nemesis takes home the most kills with 11, and Team Vitality 2,166 damage as well as 8 assists. That's a high number. 6 kills for Joker Bonito, 9 for Team Vitality, 7 for Hive, 2 for Starry Sky, 3 for Viz, 11 for Team Nemesis, 6 for S2G, 10 for Twisted Minds, 3 each. 3 as well for the Missile. Then we have Ascent with 7 again. Getting that many kills is good for them, but they don't get the placement points. 1 kill for Question Mark, 4 for Virtus Pro, 1 for Storm on Request, 0 for Navi, as well as Redline, 2 for the Bushido Wildcats, and no kills as well for No Slack. With that, we'll hop over for a quick break before we return with match number 5. And we are back with the updated leaderboard for match number 4. 44 points now for the missile. Still in the lead, but second is getting closer with Virtus Pro and 42 points. Twisted Minds also only 2 points behind. Same applies for Ascent. So the top 4 are all split apart by 2 points, which is kind of funny. Then we have 31 points for Team Vitality, 28 for Joker Benito, 24 each for Hive and No Slack, 23 points for the Bushido Wildcats, 21 points for Team Nemesis, again that 2-point gap, 14 points for Question Mark, 13 each for Viz and Navi, 12 each for Redline and Storm Request, and Starry Sky and S2G finally made it into the double digits, with each 10 points. And with that, we'll hop over for match number 5. We are back on Wrangle Anyone, everyone. As you can see, this time our playing path, well, leaves to be desired when it goes after the players, because we start in Primorsk and end our playing path at Lepovka. So there's a huge chance we'll get another military circle. It's even bigger than last match, and well, I joked around last match that we would get it. Nonetheless, obviously, the furthest you can drop is Yasnaya, Poyana, Rozhok, and Gatka. No chance to reach Oljopol. No chance to reach Zaki, Saverni, Stalbo, and Kameshki. Aside from that, as you can see, the plane has started. All the players dropping out, Ascent going for a split around Primorsk. Then we have No Slack and Redline as well dropping out. Same applies to Virtus Pro and Hive. 2 teams at least going for Sosnovka Island with Team Nemesis and Storm on Request. Then we have Navi, S2G, and Twisted Minds. Following them, Starry Sky and Bushido Wildcats. And next up, last but not least, a huge chunk of teams with Question Mark Viz, Joga Benito, TMO, and Vitality. So let's see, do we have a hot drop? No, we do have some drowning players. We might have a hot drop again between Joker Benito and TMO for Yasnaya Poyana. Aside from that, it looks, I'm not quite sure how Just Radar is drowned. Oh, no, he's still shooting. I wanted to say, I'm not quite sure how he's drowning on land, but no, he's not. Circle shifted. This time it's going for the main island. Good circle for Pachinki. And that's the reason that S2G is going for that. Schengen for half is quite close. Most likely still Pachinki will be played by S2G. And again, we have our hot drop over here between TMO and Joker Benito. In the first match, this did not work perfectly for both teams. Both had their casualties. And in the end, only one team could get out alive. Justus already moving forwards. Cleverness. Oh, and Slaven goes down by the jump shot. Justus with the first kill of the match. I doubt that he will stay alive for long, though. Considering that not one is already pushing. Needs to heal. The best is destroyed. As we can see, not one already making the huge move thing. Alright. Most likely he will not stay there. He will move further. He will try to move somewhere around here. And I'm gonna find him. Has the MP5K in hand already. Most likely that move will hold true. This is quite close to him. Already going for the no loot. Oh, even... No, going for... Say even further, no, that's not true. Simon's still over here, waiting in his corner for someone to, well, move by. Well, Aris and Mika say, alright, we heard you got trouble over there. Let's come in and help you. Let's see if that is the only clash for now. No, there might be a new one. Nixie over here has found some unwanted attention by Navi. Oh, first shot by the shotgun. Closing the door. Are we falling back a bit? Hakatori has to heal. Oh, and Nixie! Way to go. That was a huge brain move. Not pay off though. Navi is unwilling to leave this fight. They still have some beef with Virtus Pro after we de-eliminated them twice. If I'm correct. One moving forwards inch by inch, saying, alright, don't make too much noise. There's also prone over here. Simon finally moving. And might have an airdrop right in front of them. E90 for killing, most likely. Chris, quite sure. And we have a flare over there. That should be red line. Ooh. What the heck? What's that red dot now? They're waiting for their chance. On top of the hill, we have Team Nemesis destroying tires. Like they're Germans. He's not very good at it, though. Use less shots for it. Now InviSan has some new friends. Vico eliminated by Achille. Then over here with the BRDM. The back we still have Karks. Question is, will Redline fight Ascent? Red Eye trying. Kill against Salas. Nitro on top of the hill where Salas was killed. Meanwhile, more shots in the direction of Dinner's BRDM. And that one is blowing. The RNG gives it. The RNG takes it. Good thing for Dinner. There is a car there. Deco parked it perfectly. Parks might have a good angle to fight against Ascent if he wanted, but it looks like he does not. Pyro disabling tires, it seems. Oh, alright, he wants to disable, he wants to destroy the UAZ, so the chip is destroyed. Nice job. Question mark with some shots in the direction of Starry Sky. One of the last two remaining players. Question mark falling back to the snake. A lot of fight between TMO and Joker Bonito is still a go. Because they're still waiting over here. Nothing changed. Effectex with some shots in the direction of Baron. Beamy and Virtus Pro, as well as Navi, are still playing the waiting game. Same applies for TMO and Joker Benito. But the issue for those two teams is they are in the blue. The same does not apply for VP and Navi. They are in a good position in the circle. Most likely the circle might shift away from them. Or might shift more northern. But they will still stay in the circle, most likely. Because it might shift away from the water. But still, the RNG god gives it, the RNG god takes it. Something will happen. The question is what? And the RNG god is giving us an airdrop. Or Navi or VP. Whoever wins that fight wins the airdrop as well. And there's the farmers in there with level 3 gear. Both teams would be quite happy about that. Meanwhile, Mepay gets tagged by Posian. He's trying to drive out of the ferry pier, trying to find out if Wazoo is still there. The answer is yes. He's still there, not moving an inch. It looks like Posian has lost his car. BB with a knock against Basto. That's Beast against question mark over here. Yeah, Basto's down. Nice, Nate. Can see movement, and I was mistaken. It did shift completely for VP and Navi. Haynes trying to find the off angle. Unfortunately for him, Molotov is still in the compound. A doozy fight in him. Nate in hand. Nate's cooked. Good cook. Oh, and a doozy goes down. Molotov to buff him, pushing forwards. And has the upper hand. Gets another knock. He's trying to stay alive. Able to do so. Kratos not winning this fight. Molotov not winning this fight though. I would reckon. Oh, baby. Had a bit of trouble. On the other side. Stratos coming close in. That's it. GG, well played. Question mark eliminated on rank 17 as first team. And meanwhile, Starry Sky has been eliminated as well. Xizo takes down the last one with Mom over here. But Mom still eliminates Vezi. Was not fast enough to crawl out of the blue. And over here, we still have our fight between TMO and Joker Bonito. Still in the blue. Not quite sure what their issue is with each other. The first aids remain. Flash in hand of Simon, and that Nate behind him finds him. And that should be almost it. Not one, the last man standing. He still has 3 smokes, 1 first aid, and 2 energies. That's about it. Works himself. It's 4 against 1 situation. Gav and Kova with the kills against Quilly and Gadrox. They're here though. Because I know once I hop over there, the fight is already over, and that's the case. Hello, my bad. Gets a knock in. No, gets a kill in against Kova. But no slack. Only survives for a short moment. DCI Nax and Schiller find some nades. And that's it for them as well. No slack able to eliminate 1 team. But only to stay alive for 10 seconds longer. Let's see what Joker Benito is doing. Not looking like much. Not one still alive. He still has his MP5K and gets eliminated by Heman. Did you well played? Joker Benito eliminated, but I guess that TMO will not stay alive longer. At least they got their 4 kills. Another airdrop over here. That's still very high up in the air. G3 for the taking, either for Celtic or Sausage. Most likely Sausage. He should be closer to the airdrop. Yeah. If Celtic is taking it, he will die. Shots from Ascent in the direction of red line. Example wanted. I'm not quite sure what Example wanted. Thought he wanted to go for the recall station, but Mr. Mines is completely live. So most likely he wanted to go for the kill against Quetbar. Oh, one tech. Not get a second one though. Quite sure what Schengen is shooting at. Most likely trying to get a tech in against the emergency pickup, which is not getting taken, but S2G. Not quite sure what their plan was. Toss it over here, still alive. Close to Celtic. Meanwhile, the airdrops is on the foot of the cliffs. No one will most likely take it. Shots in the direction of Killy by Stead. There's an awful lot of movement going on here. Payne's trying to move in the circle. Heman and his teammates from TMO trying the same. And we still have 2 players for Storm on request with Schizo and Posian. Who heard those shots? He sees Bombi. Oh, that nade was not too bad. This was with the knock against Payne's. And they did not hit. Flash, and he does not see anything. That was behind the tree. Zombie with the knock against Simon. RS gets knocked ball. That's just us. Oh, Mika. On his feet. Maybe he's the last man standing for this. Quite sure if you want to play this. Trying somehow to survive this. Blue Zone nades coming in, and that should be it. And it is it. Habibi with the kill against it with the Blue Zone nade. EMO eliminated on ring 12. Maybe now the last man standing for this. He might be able to go for the rest on Payne's. That's a big mind though, if he's fast enough. Looking like he's going for it. Then took a kill. He moving away from a Twisted Minds. Just in the nick of time. That nade exploded right behind Caesar next. Waiting here on top of the hill. Knows that Example and co are there. Meanwhile, there are knocks against the Bushido Wildcats. Med Bay down, Celtic down. They did try to go for the airdrop, it seems. VP and Navi still, well, unsure if they should fight against each other or not. Interesting. Oh, Klossberg. Well, that did not work as planned, I guess. He's eliminated. Code Marker's still alive though, but not for long. The Wildcats are in trouble against Twisted Minds. Tax. More tax. Well, over here, Navi and Twist MVP still not moving an inch. Classical Mexican standoff. Paints somehow did survive this. It's called the emergency cover flare. Over here, we still have Schengen as last man standing. Most likely might die against Nemesis if they try to play a spot. Then over here is last man standing for Storm on request. Well, he did not find the loot boxes in the game, therefore he's unfortunately naked. Victory gets the kill against Beamy. Finally something happening. That's the same for Twisted Minds though. Schiller moving forward was spotted though and gets eliminated. By example, but that nade did hit though. Pain's eliminated by Divix. Finally we have the push, or hand the push between Navi and VP. Navi taking out VP. And that means Virtus Pro eliminated on ring 10. 9 teams remain. Chris knocked by Redline most likely. Question is, can T-Bone save him? He did smoke. Papa with the knock against Lou. Echo trying to move forwards. Gets shot at though. Finds Spray from his pass. CCR next with the knock against Bartu. Finds example. That spray is not good though. Oh, headshot. That should be... Oh, it's it for CCI, for Perfectix though. Example knocked Perfectix now the last man standing. And now it's Navi's time to clean up. Oh, and that's it. Navi eliminates Twisted Minds. Baron's still alive though. Oh, and he gets a knocks in against Navi. Spyro knocked. Well, that nade isn't a bit too short. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Holy smokes, Sakitori just get animated. Fairist now the last man standing against Baron. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. Oh, Fairist almost down there. Would have been one more peek and Baron would have gotten that kill. Now he will die in the blue zone. And nope, Schengen gets the kill against him. For Hive. Ascent in trouble as well. Killy now the last man standing. Finds good shots against Deno. Still has Arvis and Karks in front of him. Not bad, but still one more haystack left. Oh, gets the first knock. Almost gets the second, but that nade is enough to kill him. Kurt Marco eliminated as well. Nice to the blue. The Bushido Wildcats are also on ring 5. There was one player left. One nemesis, which was Schengen. He dies to a blue zone nade though. And Redline, well, there's only one man standing, but he will go for the races. And therefore, Redline will continue to play with 3 players. Nemesis, 11 kills again. And they are still a 4 stack. That finally heal up though. I'm most likely trying to get the upper hand against Team Redline. Because no one, and I repeat, no one knows where Vezi. I wanted to say no one knows where Vezi is, but now they know. Vezi had the right idea and had the mortar to prove it. He tried to get the kill in against Redline, but Karks had a different idea, and Stat has a mortar as well. That's a bit too far. Toss it with nade in hand. That was not too bad. Gets a knock against Dino though. The car is almost blown to smithereens. Now the hunt has started. Nemesis against Redline. Malman gets knocked. And now it's just Arvis. Can he stay alive long enough? Yeah, and so most likely is not, because we have stat already here with the off angle. No, guys, leave him for me. Leave him for me. I got him. I got him. Tease him, sprays him, and that's it. GG, well played. Winner, chicken dinner. Team Nemesis with 14 kills. As to G, though, with more damage and more assists. 1,399 damage and 9 assists to be precise. Then we have 4 kills for Redline, 4 for Storm and Request and Hive. 1 kill for the Bushido Wildcats. Marco did it in the end. Ascent was 2 only this time. Navi with 7, 5 for S2G. Then we have 6 for Twisted Minds, 0 kills for VP. 7 for Whis, 4 for the Missile. Joga Bonito without kills. The same cannot apply for No Slack. They have 4. 2 kills each for Team Vitality and Starry Sky. And last but not least, Question Mark with 3 kills. With that, we'll hop over for a quick break before we return with the last match on Miramar. And we are back with the updated leaderboard. As you can see, still, the 2-point difference between the Mythos and Twisted Minds remains the same as before, because it's 2 points. 1 point less for Team Nemesis on rank 3. 42 points each for Virtus Pro and Ascent on rank 4 and 5. Then we have 33 for Team Vitality and 32 for Hive. 28 points for Joker Benito as well as No Slack. 27 for the Bushido Wildcats, 22 for Redline, 21 each for Storm on Request and Navi, 20 for Team Viz, 17 for Question Mark, 16 for S2G, and last but not least, Starry Square with 12 points. And with that said, it's still anybody's game, because these gaps are not even close. Considering that anything can happen. 2 points? What's 2 points? What's 3 points? With one chicken dinner, every team could still win this. And with that, well, almost every team, Starry Sky might have a bit of... They would need a 20-kill chicken dinner to even get close to it. Nonetheless, almost every team could still win this. We'll hop over into match number 6, because it's Miramar time. And as you can see, our playing pass starts above La Cabrera and will end between Resort and Puerto Paraíso on the coast. And that means there's a bit of places for the teams to see. It's not the best playing pass. It's not the worst playing pass. We already had that. And as you know, the teams are on their way. The plane is set aside. Let's hop into match number 6 one more time. These 70 players, or well, not even 70 players, will drop for their life and for the chicken dinner. And the win in the end will be decided with this match. If you missed it, you will not be happy about that. Storm on Request in La Cabrera. Then we have the players for Starry Sky around water treatment. Next up, No Slack and the Bushido Wildcats. Following them, we have Team Hive, Vitality, Redline, Twisted Minds, and Ascent. Also, the players from TMO, Joker Benito, Navi, and Question Mark, as well as S2G. Then Virtus Pro, Team Nemesis, and last but not least, Team Viz going for Puerto Paraíso, it seems. Impala played by Question Mark, maybe again with their Impala and Split. Then we have Los Leones played by VP. Below that we have Team Nemesis, S2G again with their road loot spots below Picado. I'm not quite sure why no one is in Picado. Circle shifts for the southern part of Miramar, and that means good position for Statues. Well, Stead and Melman both quite close to the center. Melman might even be in the center of the circle, though. Because this roughly here might be the center, and that means we might have an ending down here somewhere. That means still good position for both of those teams. We can see Lucarox already on the move, has found the car, and has already found the first opponents with S2G there. They will not contest him though, but they will go for this compound here. One of the best compounds if you think it might shift to the western part of the circle. Nonetheless, we also see some movement from Ascent. T-Bone and Killy, or T-Bone and Chris already on the way. Even though T-Bone is driving back now, Chris already moving. After Brexco decided to leave Ascent, it seems like Chris is now the one doing the scouting. Which was before that Brexco's fate, I'm gonna say. Because the amount of times he died while trying to do that. Yeah, it was a bit off. Alright, here we go. You can see Starry Sky with the emergency pickup over here. I'm not quite sure if the other players will make it in time. Salas and Vazu most likely not. Not even considering it, it seems. Still a long way to go for Storm on Request, as well as the players from the Bushido Wildcat. It seems like no one has taken it. Why did you even set it there if you're not taking it? Guys? Why? Alright. No emergency pickup. We waited for nothing. Chris over here with the genius rotation decides to go for the long way out through prison or around prison and stuff. Doesn't it move? I never realized. Jeez. How long ago did prison move? I never really realized, because you start here, you don't really look for it, and then yeah, then the game starts and nobody's dropping prison anymore. That should have been since the last rework of Miramar, which is, well, that's been ages ago. And I just realized this. Good gracious. Alright, over here, we can see the Bushido Wildcats in the back. Rotating, Perfectix already on the move. There's maybe 288 bullets for the Mini and the Orc. 288. Reload, that is. That's an awful lot. An awful lot of movement over here between Navi and question mark. So first with the draft by shots against Boostic, who's the unlucky last over here for Navi. Most likely will stay alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. And now moving through Valdemar. He has decided to go for the, well, hello, you okay, bro? He has decided to go for the non-island route. Over here. We still have Hive and Picado with Twisted Minds around them. Not quite sure if they might find Lou. But I know who will find someone. Jogo Benito. They'll find Bushido Wildcats over there. Trying to pop a tire. Back against Code Marco. But the Wildcats make it into the safety of Los Leones. Safety in Hafen, that is, though. He already saying, alright, I'm gonna beat it. Spotted by Medbay. This should be it for him. Nixie knocked by Crossberg and eliminated. Quite sure, but that should have been the first kill of the match. If I'm not mistaken. Not quite sure why Fairs is not moving, because question mark is that close. Got knocking maybe. That Bane now knocked by Beamy. Trying to get the flush in is successful. Getting tagged though by Team Vitality. Say, alright, let's join in on that fight. We want to have some fun too. Jogo Benito also close as well. Not looking too good for the players from the Bushido Wildcats. Again, hello my bat with the kill against Celtic. Crossberg though with the knock and flush against Lucarux. I tried to get the chip off Nexi most likely, and Crossberg finds a nade in the spray from Corexi. And that's it. Code Marco now the last man standing. Sees that Corexia and Beamy are moving over. Almost gets a knock against Corex. How many times does he have to shoot at Corexi? Not one now with the kill against Code Marco from up off the roof here. Also with the knock. Oh, Simon knocked a Bar Levante. And there was a kill against Gadrox. No. 4 teams in the city over here. There's Virtus Pro, Joker Benito, Team Vitality, and the Bushido Wildcats. And all 4 have at least lost 1 player. The question for Virtus Pro is now, how do we get them back? Because, as you can see here on the map, there's a recall station here, but Quizzy is there. And VP knows there's someone else there. Not one over here. So, that might be out of the question. That was not the one I wanted to go to. The next recall station most likely would be either Resort or this one here close to S2G, and they know. VP knows that that most likely is taken because they were driving away there. And S2G did claim that. So Levante knocked, most likely will die as well though. You can see Slaven already moving over there. That kill is confirmed. And that means Joker Benito is left with 4 players at the moment. Simon most likely will stay alive. Slaven either get attacked or, well, did hurt himself while driving. Or one gets attacked as well. And that circle shift. That circle shift is one of the baddest shifts you can have. I mean, if you know, you know. There's not that much space to play. You will most likely have to fight if you're not first in the circle. Good position over here from Hive. Because over here, or around here-ish, might be an end zone. So, Ascent also in a good position. Have a lot of vision from there. Next sandstorm has started. Movement, DMO behind Navi. Fair is in trouble because he's on the bike, gets tagged. This is with some good shots, good seeing the bike is fast. Iman has the BRDM who has taken some damage. Fairest has the M249 to destroy it. Okay, with some more damage against no slack. Ix is the one who took some hits. You can see Scav with a nade in hand. Bombi Lovo with a knock against Magora. And down here, Kova with a kill against Batu. First, the Panzer to the face. And then the flush. Someone request has seen Lou there, and he goes down as well. The Factix now one of the last 2 men standing together with Example. And he's solo in this compound. Get with a knock against Sata. Sata against Sata. I actually eliminated Barvezi. Sata planting a loot line. Alright, you did kill me. I give you that, but you won't get my loot without trouble. Over here, Posse eliminates Perfectix after he gets the knock-in against Vezi. So Storm on Request still alive with 4 players, and they do have a BRDM. I'm not quite sure why S2G did pull the emergency pickup, but that will remain their secret. Keep on quite far away from his teammates there. Still good position for Ascent in the circle. Next circle did shift. Still, again, a good position. VP even able with Lucarux and with Nixie again to go for the loot over here in Partona. The Lucarux does not even need to move. Oh well, with some shots in the direction of 210. Using the GRDM to go on a jolly ride, I would say. Let's see. Most damage so far. Norm 1 was 272 and Quizzy was 257. Most damage taken, Beanie was 260 and Norm 1 was 213. Seems he's still in the blue. Yeah, they're still hunting for Quizzy. Quizzy most likely might die here. Or without a fight, that is, though. Yes, not one. Goes out. Knocks not one. But gets eliminated by Simon. That Molly would have hurt as well, though. So, Team Vitality out on rank 16. Over here. There's some more action coming in for Storm on request. Because by popular demand, we can see a push with the Panzerfaust by the dude. Right in Pozian's face. Should have waited for that one because the BRDM is still alive. As he gets the first knock. Wants to confirm the kill. Gets shot from the side by Kova. Another knock in. And now it's just for Zoo. Rexy with the kills against Silas, and Moment gets another bolt shot in against Vazi. Just a beast. The Bolty. That's it. GG, well played. Starry Sky eliminated on ring 15. Doozy takes down Aris, and we have... oh, that is looking weird as hell. Rexy just sliding down that hill. Even driving, it looked more like falling. Oh, Joker Benito. A push. Taking down another one, and that's it. GG, well played. Simon just wanted to jump out the window. Dante did not care for that. None whatsoever. As you can see on the map, we have red line, question mark, Nemesis partially with 2 of their 4 players out of the circle. Rexy still not in. Storm request still has to get in. Ascend with the 1-3 split. Kata split from his teammates, and we see Navi in the Italian. Nonetheless, the circle most likely will shift for Hive's position. I doubt that it will stay at the ridge there. So with a knock against Arvis. Nade in hand. And an underhand nade, and that is almost perfect. It is perfect. It is perfect. I did not expect it to knock Cox, but it did. They go with Panzer in hand. Does not hit anything. I'm not quite sure what he tried to hit. But it was nothing. Just us with nade in hand. Going for the BRDM. That nade is not too good. They're still alive. Bad nade hit though. Red line is eliminated on ring 13. Meanwhile, Iman unfortunately gets knocked by Ascent. They're going for the push against Timo. Weekend Justice is the last 2 men standing. Chris got knocked though. What happened there? Well, they're letting Chris die. That's not too nice. Fortunate, though. Team Nemesis got into the current circle. Human still got the kill. So another point on the board for TMO. And now it's a 1.5-ish split, considering that T-Bone and Kitty are quite far away from each other. Far apart in this case. Kitty has found the airdrop. Let's see what Lady Luck has in store for him. A Groza in level 3 gear. Example, we see knock against CISO. That should have happened around here-ish. There's someone flying through the air. Posian and Vazi, the last two remaining members. Not quite sure where. 210 down, Vazi down, and Schiller gets the kill on Posy. And that means Storm on Request is eliminated on ring 12. Example, the last man standing for Twisted Minds has way in front of him. S2G will hold that angle. They know there should be someone there. And Noselec most likely knows this as well. But they're getting pressured by VP. VP, though, is getting pressured a bit, at least, by the players from TMO. Or pressuring them. We still have Keter alive. For Ascent. And an off angle. Fix with a knock against Molodoct. It's knocked himself by Stratus. Oh, Molly against Stat was confirmed. Oh, Stat. Not good enough. 8 HP remained. Molly goes down now. Yemo eliminated by Keta. Mika and Justus just running into him. How's it going for the rest on Melman? Gets spotted, though, by Bobby Lovo. And now it's Stratus from the side. And that's it. GG, well played. Team Nemesis eliminated on rank 10. Nice and 8 there. By question mark, but a bit too late, unfortunately. T-Bone. There. Nice to move away, though. He has an angle as well. Has to watch out for question marks. Doozy and Phil first, though. They have a nice angle against him. Putting Bombilovo's pushing. Keta now in trouble. Has to move. Wants to move down the road. Question is, will Navi let him do that? Do they even have a chance to kill him? And the answer is no. They don't. Uh-oh, I am mistaken there. They were able. He should have taken the outer road. That would have been the better choice. Question mark still alive with all 4 players. Same goes for Hive and S2G. Then we have 3 players left for VP. 1 for Noselec. 1 for Twisted Minds, who's still running. 2 first aids remain. He has to run. PCR next above him. Oh, barely makes it. PCR next still sure there has to be someone there, but he has just missed him. Dev currently in the center. Quixie over there. Looks like Example might be lucky. Not really willing to go further. Question mark. Hive. Listen. Oh, Kitty gets the next one, but is eliminated by Besto. Gets 2 knocks though against Phil first in the doozy. A doozy will bleed out. Stratus coming in from behind. Gets knocked by Schengen though. Just when he wanted to try to help Ascent and steal a kill. Bobby in trouble. 4 kills for them. For this here. Nate. Not too good, not too bad. Second Nate coming in. And that's it. GG, well played. Basto with the kill. DP. Only 1 man left standing, which is Corexia over here. Has to be with some shots. Corexia is now in trouble. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Talking about that. Get some shots in against Schiller. Thrones down is eliminated. Ranked 6 for Virtus Pro. Let's see if that's enough to get the winner chicken dinner. In the end. Or, well, not the winner chicken dinner, but the win in the end. When it comes to the leaderboard. 5 teams remain. 1 player left. Or no slack. Has to be a dead find. Twisted Minds, it seems. Gav as last man standing. Then we still have complete S2G. Navi. Question mark only was 2.5. And Hive was all 4. Still in a good position over here in the building. But that will backfire later on because you have to get out of here. This roughly where Scaff is most likely is the end zone. And getting out of the building, that is quite hard, considering that Moldodoct and Question Mark are over here. As well as Navi. Molodoc's West is almost destroyed, though. I might be able to get a sneaky one in against Navi. If he's lucky, because they don't really know he's there, most likely. Based on the M2 for 9 shots by Spiral, they know he's there. Or Question Mark knows that Navi's there. Gav not moving an inch. The best he can do nothing. Because otherwise, he most likely will give away his position. Not in regards to him normally doing nothing. That's not what I wanted to say. But not doing anything in his position at the moment is the best thing he can do. Question mark. Maybe moving closer to Hive there. Best to fill first. Meanwhile, we have some movement from S2G as well. Not sure if Baron and CCINX know that Scaff is there. Because he's quite well hidden. Forwards as well. Looks like they want to get closer. Question mark will first shot out of the car. That means there's only 2 men left standing for Question mark Besto and Molodoct. Their position is now known as well. That would mean that maybe No Slack might get into the top 4. But I don't see Question mark making it. At least not like this. Fighting against the 4-stack teams. Gav has the best position in the circle at the moment. S2G needs to make a move, and that is theoretically what Navi should focus on. Additionally to Question mark. Question mark needs to move, and well, they don't. Yeah, they need to move. They are not in the circle yet. I mean, right about here would be a safe-ish dip. But considering that there's more nades coming in into their direction, that's almost knocked there. Oh, pushing forwards. All the dot gets a knock in against Fairist. Gets knocked over Spyro. Meantime, Scuff has been found by Schiller. And now Hive is pushing forwards against Navi. They know there's one knock. Usyk with the knock against Dante gets re-knocked though. Spyro with nade in hand. Gets re-naded. Not a bit too short, but that nade from Rox finishes the kill against Fairist. Katori quite far away. Spyro with 6 HP clinging to life. That nade was way too short. 10 kills for Hive. S2G moving on the other side. 2 players left standing for them as well. Katori in trouble. Finds a nice spray. Flash coming out. Has seen Baron for a few seconds. Moment, I'm not quite sure who will win this match, but my money would be on Hive at the moment. Considering that Schengen has a beautiful off angle. Spyro with Panther in hand. Smoke to lift so he can get a hit in against his opponents. Trying to move behind them and it's too late. Hive takes the kills. And now it's a 3 against 4. Ingen knows where they are. First shots going in. CCI next moving forwards. Gets knocked. And that's it. GG, well played. Mogore takes him out. It's a winner-winner chicken dinner for Hive with 15 kills, 2,048 damage, and 10 assists. Let's check it out. 15 kills for Hive, 7 for Rox, 5 for Mogore, 1 for Schengen, and 2 for Dante. 6 kills for S2G, 6 as well for Navi. Then we have 5 for Question Mark, 1 for Noslack, 5 for VP, and 4 for this. 1 for Twisted Minds, 5 as well for Ascent, 1 for Team Nemesis. The miss-off was 4. Someone Request was 5. Redline without kills. Joker Benito with 6. 2 for Starry Sky, 1 for Team Vitality, and 2 for the Bushido Wildcats. And I'm not quite sure if we already have the updated leaderboard, or if we still have to wait for it, because obviously, normally the esports lobbies are a bit faster, considering that we theoretically have a lot, or could have a live leaderboard. But now at the moment, it seems we don't have that updated at the moment. All right, let's check it out. Reload the match. Fire. So match 5. All right, with that said, hello, camera? Wanna work? There we go. With that said, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the cast, and I'll see you again for the next time. I'm not gonna take so much time between casts now. Latest would be after next week, maybe next week, Monday, Tuesday. I'm not quite sure. Depends on if Mark will be back or not. Aside from that, not tomorrow, not on Friday, not on Saturday, not on Sunday. Yeah, next week, Monday or Tuesday might happen. Otherwise, the week after next week, because that's my vacation week, and then I have more than enough time to dabble into more casts. Oh, no, not Monday. Monday I have the Norgesligen, but yeah, I will be live here for Norgesligen. Not on Tuesday though. Maybe I'll do the Scrims cast on Tuesday. We'll see if Mark is there or not. Still no update for the leaderboard. But I could have taken the win in the end. Quite positive about that. Guys, this is taking longer than I thought. All right, let's hop over to the leaderboard. I'm gonna calculate it for you. Nope, I don't need to. Hive has taken the win in the end. 57 points for them. They had 32 prior, plus 25 points. Means 57. 5 points less for the miss off. Then we have 49 points for Virtus Pro, 48 for Twisted Minds, 47 for InviSan, and 46 for Team Nemesis. Just 1 point between those 4 teams each. 34 points for Team Vitality, as well as Joker Benito, 32 for Noiselec, as well as Navi. Then we have 29 points for Bushido Wildcats, 28 for S2G, 26 for Question Mark, 26 as well for Storm on Request, 25 for Wiz, 22 for Redline, and 14 for Starry Sky. And with that, thank you for tuning in. I hope I see you next time when I will be going live with the PUBG EU Pro Scrims. Most likely next Tuesday. I'm not quite 100% sure. Like I said, that depends on if Mark will be back from New York then or not, and if someone else is casting it. Otherwise, most likely on Tuesday. I'll keep you updated, and you'll see if you leave a follow. So thanks. I will rate you over to someone else after this, so stay tuned. Bye-bye. Till next time.